Welcome back, and today we're here at the Memphis Zoo, ready to begin our journey with their newest development, commonly known as their greatest creation yet, the Zambezi River Hippo Camp. Opened back in 2016, this $22 million exhibit sits on just 4 acres, showing off many intriguing inhabitants living alongside the 1,600-mile-long Zambezi River. This tour begins outside the main entrance with the Flamingo Flats, home to give or take 70 individuals ranging of 2 species. First off, there's the African native lesser flamingos. They are the smallest type of flamingo, and their pinkish plumage comes from the carotenoid pigments they eat. Like all flamingos, resting on one leg while keeping the other closer to their body helps them maintain heat and stay warm. Their neighbors, the New World Chilean flamingos, who somehow made their way into this African-themed exhibit, but despite that, they are the taller of the 2 species, and they are more identifiable by their grayer legs and pink joints. Now after that, the inviting archway leads to a rendezvous. This circular-styled African hut provides a view from a single glass panel into the next exhibit, which can also be viewed from its side lanes down the path. In here you can spot the zoo's mandrills. They are among the largest of the old world monkeys, and as you can see here, males have very distinctive bright colored noses that are used to attract mates. Inside their mouths they have large cheek pouches where they can store food until they are ready to eat it using their extremely large canines that can grow up to 45 millimeters in length. After that, the path continues to another, lushly shaded yard home to Miracle, the zoo's okapi who came from the Houston Zoo, and just in time for this exhibit's opening. Okapis resemble a mix between a giraffe and a zebra, but I assure you that's not actually the case, as they are the giraffe's only living relative, and they can easily camouflage in the dense forest, which is one of the reasons why even though they were first reported in the 1890s, they weren't considered known to science until 1901 because of their extremely shy nature. Also inhabiting this enclosure are the very timid yellow-backed duikers, who didn't show. Next up, adjacent to them, is an almost identical space where apparently Nyala used to be, which is now home to the white stork. They stand up to 4 feet, and their wingspan is up to 7. They are monogamous breeders, meaning that males form a pair bond with females, but it often only may last for that nesting season. In other words, they don't mate for life. Finally, there's a dik-dik, a species of dwarf antelope who usually lives in the arid zones of eastern Africa. The path then leads to an inviting tunnel, which acts as the viewing for the zoo's hippos. Their enclosure is 8,700 square feet with 200,000 gallons of temperature-controlled water for them to swim in. This viewing shelter includes multiple views from underwater glass panels, and the further you continue down, the deeper the water becomes. Although now would be a good time to tell you that before all of this, the hippos were housed in here. And, well, yeah, it kind of speaks for itself. Past renderings of this exhibit show that the upper land portion was going to be separate for grazing, but it appears that is not the case. The zoo is currently home to 4 hippos at the moment, including male Azizi, along with females Splish and Binti. Finally, Binti's daughter, who I was lucky to spot on my second day in Memphis, Winne. Winne was born in 2017, and her birth helped carry the zoo's legacy of breeding the hippopotamus, which is one reason why they consider themselves the hippo capital of the world. Back in 1914, the Memphis Zoo welcomed 2 hippos, one of which sired 25 offspring. And now by this point, you may have noticed the hippos share this space with many fish. And though I don't know how many times I have to say this, but the hippos don't eat them. However, the fish do eat the hippo's waste and dead skin off their bodies. The shelter then continues all the way down to a large event space. Upstairs is a viewing deck, which provides an overlook into the previous exhibit. Sadly, it was closed. The path then leads you back outside to somewhat of a similar exhibit to the last. It provides yet again more underwater viewing and a sandy beach for the zoo's Nile crocodiles. When this exhibit opened, they had 4 of these giants that average 16 feet, but they can technically grow up to 20, and they can weigh in at 500 to 1700 pounds. These massive reptiles have a bite force of 5,000 pounds per square inch, and to put that into perspective, that is about 30 times that of a human. Now, one last thing. Technically, the hippo camp does include a decent-sized walk-through aviary with vultures, but it was closed. Overall, the Zambezi River Hippo Camp was a well-needed upgrade that will help carry on the zoo's legacy of breeding and exhibiting hippos. So that's where I'll leave you. Next time we're back at the Memphis Zoo, we'll go through another one of their truly incredible exhibits. Thank you for watching.